First, it was Robin, then Jonathan Kent, now Wonder Woman. So this was tagged to me on Twitter. I can't remember exactly who it was, but if you know who you are, shout out to you. And I think DC might be winning the agenda race against Marvel. Yes, we know Marvel throws their little agendas in here and there, but I think DC is literally going way, way, way overboard with it. Now, the reason why I started the video off like that, and I'm probably going to title it that as well, is because in the last month, DC has literally rearranged major characters within their universe. First, they made Robin not the Dick Grayson Robin, but I think the Tim Drake Robin. They made him bisexual. They made Jonathan Kent, who was the son of Clark Kent and Lois Lane, made him bisexual. And now you have this Wonder Woman one, who they have now made their first trans Amazon in the Wonder Woman series. And do you want to guess which one in this picture is the trans one? Go ahead, just try to, figure it out by looking at this picture. If you guess the one in the middle, you will be absolutely correct. They said that they have now introduced their first trans Amazon in Wonder Woman. I don't know if this person is going to be Wonder Woman because, all the Amazons don't have that title of Wonder Woman, but they're in the Wonder Woman universe. And how ironic that the first trans Amazon they have is black. And the stereotype, look at how they created her. She is dark skinned, and she looks, just by looking at her arms and even her shape, even through her dress, she is not physically fit. The only thing that they have on her that looks like that of what could be complimentary is the fact that she's wearing her natural hair. That's it. And this person, this new character whose name is Bia, is a trans Amazonian. Now, what's going to be interesting is what I'm going to mention later on in this video. I was going to mention it now, but I'll wait until later and you'll see where I'm headed with this. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and read this article that's coming from The Advocate, posted on October 22nd, 2021. Themyscira, the island home of Wonder Woman and her Amazon sisters, has officially welcomed its first known transgender Amazon. Now, get this. Hear me. Themyscira is a land that was created by Zeus for women to inhabit. Now you have someone here who is a quote-unquote trans woman, which by definition is someone who was born a man who now lives as a woman. So you're telling me that this person was born a man, but they live as a woman now, and they somehow ended up on this island with nothing but other biologically born women, and they just accepted them because they now claim to be a woman. What have I told y'all over and over again? That they are trying to replace you in real life and apparently now in fiction. And like I said, they used a black woman, not a white woman, not an Asian woman, not a Hispanic woman, Latino, Mexican, or any other race of woman to create this image. They used a black female archetype to showcase this. Black women, you should be insulted. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. The character of Bia, a black trans woman, was introduced in the first issue of the DC Comics series Nubia and the Amazons, out this week. She is one of 5 women, and notice they called her a woman. They went from black trans woman to woman, who have entered the Amazon world through the Well of Souls, a portal through which women who have died as a result of the terror of a man's world are reborn, given new life among the immortal women. Screen Rant reports, their memories of their previous lives are erased. I don't know how to explain it yet, but this exact moment feels like my soul has desired it long before I came here, she says. She then chooses the name Bia, as all who have come through the portal give themselves new names. On Twitter, Stephanie Williams and Vita Ayala, the writers of the series, confirmed that Bia is trans, and they also said she isn't a box to tick. She is important to her community, just as black trans women are important to us in real life, to them in real life. In a skill test, she demonstrates expertise at navigating maze. Now, this Vita person, she has a black power fist in her next to her profile picture, as well as the Puerto Rican flag. So that lets me know who and what she identifies as. She also went on to says, we didn't want to make an announcement because we wanted to introduce the character in an organic way, but it is not a secret. We are glad people picked up on it, but if y'all hadn't, we would have made sure to say it so it wasn't hand-wavable subtext. With violence against the transgender community sadly rising in the United States, readers are allowed to link the 2 elements of the story, presuming Bia was one victim of such violence in her previous life. Screen Rant notes, black women represent the majority of victims of fatal violence against the trans population. Let me read that again. Black women represent the majority of victims of fatal violence against the trans population. Nubia, the queen of the Amazon in the series, is also black. Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman in the popular 1970s television series, tweeted her support for trans women this week. And Linda Carter said, trans women are Wonder Women, end of story. I guess. The introduction of Bia comes shortly after another milestone for inclusivity in the DC universe. This month, it was revealed that the new Superman, John Kent, son of Clark, is bisexual, and panels from Superman, son of Kal-El, showed him kissing a male love interest. Reporter Jay Nakamura. Let me pause this right quick and show you something very interesting. I want you to look at this picture right here. Now, the article kind of gave it away, but in case y'all didn't know, Wonder Woman actually had an actual black Wonder Woman that came after the Diana Prince character, who we know as Wonder Woman in the show and in the movies. But there was also a black one. And in the original comic run, when she first got introduced, she had to wear a suit of armor to shield her face, because at one time, black comic book characters really did not get that much shine like that if they were revealed. They kind of did the same thing with Blue Marvel as well, and they even treated it as such in the story. When he had his face covered, people bought it and, liked the story, but the minute he got unmasked in the comics, people stopped buying it, and they also treated his story. It was like a story within a story. A black man, he got revealed to the world. They thought he was a white guy, but they didn't really know because he had a mask on. And when he got revealed to the world, they no longer wanted him, to be a superhero or anything like that. And he basically had to go and live regular life until he got called on again much, much, much later. Same thing with her. She used to wear a suit of armor where her face was covered. And then when it got discovered that she was indeed a black woman, then people get, it's the same reception. But the reason why I'm saying that is because they're introducing a black trans woman Amazon, and her name is Bia. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, they already have a black Amazonian who is another Wonder Woman who basically took up that mantle with and kind of after Diana stopped being Wonder Woman, because they fought alongside each other. And then she also had her own side stories where she fought by herself. And I hope that when they do the third Wonder Woman movie that they introduce the Nubia character in it. I think that would be dope. And I'm saying to myself, why even do that when you have her? And in the trans woman's name is Bia, but here her name is Nubia. So what, you just called off the new and just called her Bia? Like, that's not even original. Like, what? Yeah, DC, I don't know what is going on over in DC. I have no clue. But to do this 3 different times in the matter of a month is absolutely insane. I just gave you the rundown. They did it with Robin, Tim Drake version of Robin. They did it with Superman, John Kent's version of Superman. And now they're doing it with Wonder Woman. And then they say a black trans woman and used a black figure that looks like a woman in order to push it. Like I said earlier, black women, you should be insulted. I kept trying to tell you over and over again, they're trying to replace you in every facet of life. And unfortunately, you have so many of you out here who keep leading the charge for their plight, when their plight is literally leading them into stepping into your realm. And unfortunately, some of you have allowed this to continue to go on. I hate that it has come to that, but I'm like one of the few people that's actually calling it out. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, what? And it doesn't surprise me that 2 women who are melanated, one happens to be Puerto Rican. I don't know what the other one is, but I'm assuming that she's melanated as well, are the ones that created this. No one asked for this, but they keep giving it to us like we're supposed to accept it. I don't accept this. If they want to go with the story of a black Wonder Woman or a black Amazon, use her story. Push her story more. That's who I would prefer to see. I'm sure many of the other readers would prefer to see that too. Not someone playing dress up. And my thing, like I said, it goes back to what I was saying. Themyscira is a land inhabited by women. Actual women. That if they stepped off the island and procreated, they could have children. But they allow a person who is a trans woman, which means they are a guy, masquerading as a woman, inhabit the island. Again, now you have men invading your space. But this time it's in comics. I could say how over this I actually am, but what's the point? They're going to continue to do this, and I don't know why they keep pushing it and pushing and pushing. Like, it's clear that this formula, or whatever you want to call it, is not working. Yet you continue to do it. As if you're going to force people to accept it. I mean, I guess you need some attention. I guess that's what it is. This is just me calling out the BS, because that's exactly what this is. Some bull crap. I'm so sick of this. I really am. Like, DC, y'all just had your DC fandom. Y'all releasing some good movies next year. But for some reason, these comics that y'all got coming out is very bothersome. It's very annoying at this point. And like I said, all of this happened within the span of a month. We still got to wait and see, like, who knows what they're going to bring in the months to come. And the thing is, they're constantly doing it with the first 2 with characters that are established. Now this new one, like, they just created this character out of nowhere and said, you know what, let's just go make them trans. For what? Does that help drive the story? I mean, I don't know. But like I said, the domino effect is in full effect and it's going to keep steamrolling. But we have to be the ones to call it out. Even if you don't read comics. I don't read comics. I don't knock anyone who does, but I'm sure people who read the comics are looking at this with a huge side eye. And those of us who don't are looking at it with a side eye as well. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.